Hello everyone, welcome back. We are creating Custom Copilot. In previous recording, we created resource group, Azure OpenAI service. Then we deployed model using the Azure OpenAI Studio. After that, after the deployment, we created Python code to access the Azure OpenAI model. Then after that, we created the Flask REST API. Now in this recording, we are going to deploy our REST API on Azure platform. If you guys have any question or if you are facing any issues, please let me know. I will try to resolve your issues. But before moving forward, please subscribe, like and comment. I need your support and motivation. Recording these type of videos requires a lot of efforts, knowledge and hard work. Now let's start. We will follow these steps for REST API deployment. Okay, so let's start. So in the first step, we will create a resource group that we have already created in previous recording, and after that we have already created, so we will create the web app. So let's go to the user portal. So here you can see this is the resource group, or you can click on your resource group. You will get the list of your all your resource group. I have created only one resource group here, so need to click here. Here you can see I have Azure OpenAI service. Here I'm going to create another resource, web app. Okay, there is a multiple way of deployment, but here we will use the web app. Okay, but here we will use web app for our API deployment. So I search the web app. Now you can see this icon. Click on this web app. Click on create. Here you have to fill the details. Uh, I am using the trial version, so here it is showing free trial. Here it is showing the resource group. If you have multiple resource group, you need to choose your resource group here. Then you have to give the web app name. So I'm giving the name Custom Copilot. Okay, and then here you have to select from the drop down. You have to select the Python. So I will select here Python 3.10. I'm not going to change the location. Location remain will be same East US. And here, if you have a different plan, so you can choose this plan as well here. Okay, so I'm going to use this one as of now, default one. And now I will use the free one. Okay, I'm not going to pay, and click on next. No need to make changes here. Let everything as it is. Go to the next. Make sure this one is on. Enable public access. Click on next. It is taking some time. Next. Now click on review and create. You can just check everything again whether everything is looking good or not. So here resource group is correct, name is correct, enable publish code Python 3.10 and locations, and this is the service plan. Okay, so now let's create. Deployment is in progress. Wait for some time. Okay, deployment done. And now click on go to resource. This is the our default domain. You would be able to access your API through the this domain. So just click on it and check. It is taking some time, so let's note down the important information which is required for the deployment. So copy the resource group and add into the Word file. So here you have to add your resource group name. Make sure there is no space. Right, location was east to west, that's correct. App service name. So our app service name is, it's better to click on JSON view, and from here you can take the app service name. Okay, so our app service name is Custom Copilot. Add that detail here as well. So we have resource group name, location, and app service name. Let's check. Okay, so if you are getting this kind of web, that means web app is ready. Now you have to deploy your code on the Azure platform. So we created the web app. Now we will do the deployment through the Azure CLI. So you have to install the Azure CLI. You can click on this link if you don't have the Azure CLI, and if you are using the Windows, you can use this one. And you have to click here and you just follow the instruction and install it. Okay, this is important to install the Azure CLI so that you can access the Azure platform. So I have already installed. So I'm going to open the PowerShell. Make sure you are also using the PowerShell. So this is the PowerShell, and let me log in first. Okay, so you have to click on this one, this link. Open this link and copy this code from here and add it the code here for the authentication. Okay, so let me add my credentials here. Okay, let me authenticate. Authentication done. Now we can close this tab, and here you can see authentication done. I have only one subscription, so I just entered, and by default it will use my free trial. Okay, now we are logged in on we are logged in. Now follow the next step. Define these variables first. Sorry, I'm just defining this variable. It will help me for the deployment. Okay, now here I'm going to use you're going to use the zip method for the model deployment. So first of all, you have to enable the build automation, you can just copy this command from here and copy paste here. So there is one issues in this variable, there is additional space, make sure you guys are not making such kind of mistakes. And just clicked on enter again, and uh, it's enable the zip deployment. And okay, now we have to zip the our REST API for the deployment. So here you can see this is the my REST API. I'm going to create a zip file for this one. So let me go to the folder. Here you can see this is the code. Okay, so you just need to zip create a zip folder, okay, for the deployment. So I can okay, I'm getting some issues here. So let me do one thing, just copy this detail from here and go to the main folder. Okay, and here I'm creating the deployment. Okay, so this is the my code, I just need to create a zip folder. Okay, now so our zip folder is ready. Need to copy the entire path from here and add the path here. Okay, these things are important. Okay, now zip folder name is app. Okay, go to CLI again, copy paste the command and press enter. There is a multiple way of deployment, but I feel I tried multiple method, but I feel that this method of deployment is more easy. Okay, there is some additional space. So it's working, it's deploying the our code from local to the Azure platform. It will take some time. Let's wait for a couple of minutes. Okay, and deployment is successful. And now we have to execute the remaining two commands. So these two commands are basically for the log. We have to check whether our deployment is successful or not, whether we are getting any error or not. Okay, so for that we have to execute these two commands. Through this command we can check the log. If there is any issues in the deployment, then you can read this text and you can identify whether there is any issues or not. Okay, so let's check whether deployment is successful or not. Okay, so again click on this link. This is the our URL. Great, now we can see our deployment is successful and we can access the our API, REST API through the this URL. Okay, so that means everything is working fine. Let's check through the postman. Okay, Now let's check whether a post request is working or not. So I just opened the postman, and through this URL we won't be able to make any post request. You just would be able to see whatever available in the root URL, root endpoint. Okay, so to make the post request, I open the postman here, and you can see, let's change the path here. From take the URL from here, this is the URL, and ask is the our endpoint. From the drop down you have to select the post. If you there is a different methods, we are going to make the post request here. Okay, now and I will ask going to ask question, what is the capital of India? Click on send. If you are getting the response, that means everything is working fine. Hooray. Now you can see everything is working fine. Deployment is successful. We also tested through the postman. We make the post request, and it's successfully uh, created the answer. Okay, so here you can see the capital of India is New Delhi. That means everything is working fine, and we are good to go for the next step. In the next step, we will integrate this REST API with our Copilot. Thank you so much, guys.